Hello and welcome to Thursday night on the Pinnacle Channels. I am J-M, and with me tonight is Alb, because tonight it is nearly time for that time of year when Savage Worlds fans turn towards the unofficial Savage World Discord and the Creator Jam, the fun, fast, furious,
It's the
fabulous.
Fun, Fast, Furious February Creator Jam.
John Doom and I keep adding extra F's every year.
We can add as many Fs as you want, but the logo says Fast, Furious, Fun February.
That's fair. I actually don't believe that John Doom gives any more Fs, but that could just be me. So, Alb, tell us about the Creator Jam, because it's being organized on the unofficial Savage Worlds Discord. I'll put a link in the show notes, and we'll go from there. Tell us all about it.
Basically, FFF February is an excuse to get people to create for Savage World. So there's no like winner, there's no prizes, there's no jury. It's more like join us, have fun. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. We're here to help, and we want people to create stuff, whatever it is. It might be supplements, adventures, podcasts, videos on learn to plays, blog, actual play, anything, and just produce it during February so there's a momentum going, and like make the hashtag FFF February 2025, and then you're good to go. It's as simple as that. It can be as quick and simple as, oh, I have a few pre-gens I wanted to make, or even complete as, oh, I have an adventure I wanted to publish or supplement. Don't be like me and create two like mini settings in a row with like 40 or 50 pages long stuff during a month. Be small, like I decided to do this year. But as long as you create, you're welcome. And even if you don't create, even if you wanted to try that, now it's a good moment to start something, because so many people are trying to do something at the same time. It's fun.
Yeah. My plan is, so there is a fun panel that every time I'm at Gen Con that I get to sit on for 13th Age, where we create a monster based off of the input from the audience. And so I think I'm going to take two or four episodes of my show on the Iconic channel and dedicate it to doing a crowdsourced monster creation.
That's something I always wanted to try. I mean, that's something that I always wanted to do, not as a monster, but like a setting. Like you start with blank slate, people give you ideas, and you, over the course of an hour, you like build something out of the thin air just by the outputs, and like, oh, I want there to be like there's no gold, but people use the monster bones as currency. Okay, let's try to fit that in, or something like that.
Yeah, I love that idea. So this is the third one that I have had the privilege of signal boosting.
This is the third one, period.
Oh, so, well, this is the third one, period. I've been involved in all of these. At least
it started as I don't remember who said Fast Furious Fun February will be a nice pun, but it started like on a Facebook post, random Facebook post, and I said that's such a good idea. We have to use it somehow. And since we already had like Swaptember, which is like the moment of the year where everyone is pulling their swag supplement they made during the year, and we do a big bundle, I wanted to do something else, which was a creator jam, which I'm a sucker for creator jam. I always try to participate when there's one. I have too many half-finished projects. Those are the perfect the perfect push I need to finish them. So this is the one for Fast Furious for Savage World. And the funny thing is, the last 2 year, I actually created something new from scratch, even though I have like 2,000 unfinished products. And this one is the first one where I said, "Oh, use something you haven't finished. You just started and finish it now." So this is what I'm working on this year.
So, first of all, let me post the link here. This is an invite link to the unofficial Savage World Discord.
Hmm.
And I'm part of a lot of Discord servers for various companies, various fandoms. And I have to say, the unofficial Savage Worlds Discord is the one of the best that I get to lurk on and be a part of, because if you want to learn how to do something with Savage Worlds, especially if you want to learn how to get into, be a licensee and move forward on free, under a fan license or swag, this group is a group of people who just want to help other people put out cool Savage Worlds
Hmm.
products. And, it comes to sort of a head, if you will, during the Creator Jam.
Hmm. We always get questions. The only thing I would warn about the Discord is we get a lot of questions, and me first, I have a tendency to like be blunt when I answer, but it's out of like I have answered that question so many times. I know what the follow-up question is going to be, so let's just deal with it right now. But otherwise, we welcome everyone. There's no like barrier of entry. You can be a newbie, you can have experience, you can be a freelancer from another company, you can
Mm-hmm.
be it might be your first experience. We all started somewhere. I started making like fan supplements back where Savage World didn't had any words after it. It was just Savage Worlds. And I even started during Deadlands Classic when it wasn't a classic; it was just Deadlands.
Which is
So
Deadlands.
yeah, so we all started somewhere. Don't hesitate to just
Mm-hmm.
try it out. We won't judge. We won't bite. Just come and ask us any questions. And there's no pressure to actually produce anything. Just try it out, work something, even if you just publish it on your Google Doc somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be a professional looking layout. It can be just a Word document that you want to show the world. No problem at all.
So every year there's I'll say, somewhat tenuous um, theme, and I say tenuous because there is a theme, but you give everyone an out. You're like, and if you
Yeah.
don't want to do the theme, here's your out. You
Well,
just want people to participate.
I actually want to. I try to integrate the out into the theme itself. Last
Yes.
year was
Was
about dreams.
Rebels.
Yeah, dreams of rebellion. So if you
Mm-hmm.
want to be a rebel and disregard the theme, no problem. This year is pets, critters, and pests. And if you want to be the ultimate pest, you just have to ignore the theme at all, to ignore the theme and do whatever you want with it. So, and
Yeah.
pets, critters, and pests is pretty much as wide as you can be, because in almost everything you'll have like at least a monster somewhere.
That's right.
So that can be the pest you're talking about.
Well, I am looking forward to it. I was telling you beforehand, I've had the privilege of taking a peek at a couple of
Hmm.
people's planned submissions for
Hmm.
February. Nobody is as prepared as John Doom is prepared. So, um, yeah. Wait. Oh no. Somehow the chat has gone about
I got bitten at work today.
riffing off the fact that we said we don't bite on the
Okay.
unofficial
Do you
Discord
work
channel.
in an old shelter or at school to get bitten at work, or
He is a paramedic. So
paramedic? Oh, that works too.
yeah. Well, anything else you want to share?
We can talk about a few example of projects we had in the past, because, like I said, it doesn't have to be complicated. I personally like to make my life complex and like not have a life for a month or two. But that's just me. You don't have to. I've seen people like make one page adventures or pre-gens. Like I said, there's people who just made sure something they had already prepared will go out in February
Hmm.
instead of like making something up for the month. There's no like we're not judging anyone as long as you're making something for Savage World, and it can be. Uh, I did, like I said, mini settings, which are much more time consuming than like just a few pre-gens. This
Hmm.
year, I can talk about it because this year I'm working on 10 pre-gen superheroes,
Oh, awesome.
but all of them have the same power. So, and it's animal companions. So basically 10 superheroes with animal companions, how to make 10 superheroes sharing the exact same power, but feeling very, very different.
Now, you said that there might be a punny name to this supplement.
Yeah, it's with great pets come great opportunities.
All right. I dig it.
So it's like just I'm. It's not a good title, but yeah.
I
I
It always
won't
makes me
judge
think of,
myself for puns and bad references.
what is it, in White
Oh,
Christmas,
I
where it's
think
like
I
give.
muted you. One second.
Oh,
I'm not sure if you hear me.
I can hear you, Alb. Let
Yep,
me.
I'm muted.
Oh no, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can hear you.
I was going to say, it reminds me of that scene in White Christmas. Well, give me a good reason. Let's say we're doing it for an old army buddy. Well, it's a reason. It's not good, but it's a reason.
Super dog, super cat, super move. Mm,
Ooh, I mean,
it's
do we have like what? Do we have a moose animal companion in the 10 or?
oh no, there's no moose. There's like dinosaurs, dog, dragons, panthers, rooster. That's probably my favorite one, the mighty rooster, who's a beast in a battle because
Oh,
you can give them superpowers. You have like uh, a bunch of rats because funny thing, animal companion might be one of the most busted power of the superpower companion
why
without
why do you believe that?
because you can take the there's one pregen which will include that you don't have to accept that character as a GM because he's so incredibly busted and game breaking. It's not funny anymore. Well,
Okay.
it's very very funny, but he's so game breaking. It's absolutely hilarious. Animal companion costs three plus the size of the animal.
Mm-hmm.
You can take a -2 size animal, and it costs only one.
Oh, that's a good point.
They are all wall cards. They all have three bennies.
Yeah.
And as the master, you can actually use the bennies of the animals as your own and the your bennies as the animals. And each animal companion power is a different power. So there's no you can just take like let's say you're power level 3 super, you have 45 points, you can take 45 rats as an animal companion, all wild cards, all with three pennies, and you can take common bound.
uh, on a separate, unrelated note,
Yep.
John Doom, I know what kind of superhero I'm going to play when we go back to Necessary Evil.
That
100 and, well, hold on. 138 bennies.
about yeah.
Yeah.
About 150. Well, the trick is to get yourself a fortress as well. So either like a vehicle that goes in space where you can be in orbit with like the broadcast power, so you can be safe from everything, every single action with your rats around you, and you communicate with your buddies and giving them bennies from a distance. And your team has like 150 bennies now.
Oh, because you take common bonds, so you can give
Yeah,
bennies.
exactly.
Oh man. Oh man.
that that that's definitely in the purview of Rule Zero. Like
Yeah, Daryl, I don't know
I
if you're listening, but
I don't
thank you.
know. I don't know if a ruling needs to be changed, because the power
Agreed.
itself is very good and very interesting, very flavorful. And trying to patch that would probably break the power and makes it uninteresting. But that's where, as a GM, you have to say, no,
See,
that
here's the
doesn't
thing.
work.
I've seen on Reddit with a lot of people complaining about the superpower companion.
Mhm.
And in my mind, in order for a game to have the breadth of potential
Mhm.
that, I mean, I've played champions and GURP supers and Ascendant and obviously Savage Worlds. In order to get a game that has that breadth of potential, there is always going to be exploitable loopholes that some gamers are going to want to say, well, it's I made it with the rules, it's fine. And it's like, nah, every one of these games is pretty clear that like the game, you have to clear your character and
Yeah.
your design with the GM.
Like I have so much fun as a GM to find those loopholes and to create characters with them, not because like I want to play them and break the system, because I find breaking the system fun in theory, but I don't want to be around the table with that character around.
Right.
And like I'm just going to give another example because it's so much fun, and that would be the character I want to play. I would probably dial down the power a bit, well, more than a bit, a lot, but theoretically you could do the Sponge, which is a character that absorbs every single types of damage and increases his vigor every time. And you can give him superpower vigor and super size, so he has like D12 plus 10 vigor and has a free soak against all the attacks. So basically, is soaking 3-4 wounds every time he's attacked, and he increases his vigor every time he soaks wounds. So he ends up with like D12 plus 20, 25 against all attacks and soaks automatically all attacks. So he's the Sponge. He just grows bigger and like doesn't isn't hurt by anything, and he can even soak a nuclear attack if you go long enough.
Yeah, I like it. See, I
So
mean,
that
I think as GMs,
mhm.
we look for ways to break the game
Mhm.
because players, most of the games that we play are very player focused in their rulings, especially in Savage Worlds.
Mhm.
And so like a superhero game is already going to be very difficult. I don't want to say difficult to make challenging, but like it's challenging to make challenging. And so
Mhm.
we look for these things, but there are times where we go, oh, I can do that, but I'm not going to do that.
Well, some of what is funny. My example is not about a super game, but it's more like it's something that happened in a World of Darkness mage game. But the example is
I got to
still
ask
true.
though, Mage the Ascension?
The new World of Darkness.
Okay.
I'm a new World of Darkness guy. I prefer the new World of Darkness mechanic wise and story wise than the old World of Darkness.
We can still
Crucify
be
me.
friends. We can still
Just
be friends.
crucify me if you want.
No, we can still be friends. We just won't play Mage together. It's fine. Go ahead.
Because the new mage is much more balanced and much more like you have to make a lot more investment to be broken than
Mm-hmm.
the old mage. So that's what I like. But the issue is sometimes the biggest challenge are the ones you never thought were going to be a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
We are mages. We have control over reality. We were stuck and now we're in front of a wall with broken bottles on top. That stumped us for like an hour.
Oh yeah.
But
I've
we
had
could.
many a Savage Worlds game where the wild card is just obliterated at the start of the combat. The players are just like, yeah, that's fine. And then, you know, the extras with a D4 in fighting can't not explode 5 or 6 times to hit or damage and are dropping the players, and they're like, but we took out the threat. These guys should be easy. I'm like, well, apparently not, right? The dice tell a story.
We were playing Invasion, like Necessary Evil Invasion, and
It's
we
true.
had a fight on. I. It's been so long, I don't even remember if it was a something an encounter our GM created for a group or a real encounter, but we basically fought a big robot and drones on a golf course. Don't ask. And in the end, the drones were actually the ones that defeated the big bad instead of us because we couldn't hurt it for the love of. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Alb, any advice to people who are wanting to jump in on a creator jam?
Find something you want to do, you always wanted to do, and give yourself a challenge because you don't have to. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be good. You just have to challenge yourself and say,
Yep.
I want to do that because that's something I enjoy. Don't force don't force yourself to do something you don't want to do, but force yourself to finally do the thing you always wanted to do but never had the chance to.
Yeah.
So if you have like an adventure you wanted to publish, a character you wanted to create, uh, and
Did we lose you, Alb? Well, while I wait for Alb's audio to return, I will put the uh, Discord link in the chat one last time.
my
There you're
are
back.
you still here?
Yes, I'm still.
Okay, I knocked over my router, so
Oh no.
that happened.
Okay, so you were saying do something.
Do something you wanted to do but never had the chance or opportunity to do. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to come see us. It'll be our pleasure.
Well, we're off of Savage Universe next week, but the final week of January, we're going to have Brandon of Star Anvil Studios on to talk about his new Kickstarter that's coming out for the Secret World.
Yep.
And then, Alba, I'd love to have you back on at the end of February to kind of discuss, and we'll try and get as many of the creators who participated. We'll do a big creator jam wrap up at the end of February.
Always a pleasure.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Until next time, go out and play some Savage Worlds, and may all your dice ace.
And create some Savage Worlds.
Create some Savage Worlds. Have a good one, everybody.